Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to CNET Fashion. So in today's tutorial, we'll be making this design on the screen, double twisted turban. Okay, so a client gave me this material to make the turban, but if I'm the one that will to buy the material, definitely I will not be using this type of material, but we'll work with what you have. So we'll be cutting the turban base first. This is old baby and I have 1 yard of the material here. Okay, I also have my wording for the twisted parts. I have wording for the twisted parts. I have my scissors and my tape rule. I have my chalk and my ruler. Okay, so let's set this one aside and cut out the base. So for the base, so because of the softness of this fabric, I will be lining it with the same material. So I'm going to be cutting out 24 inches as usual, 24 inches by 12 inches. You can reduce it to 10 if you don't want the back of the turban to be too long. So you can either use 10 or you use 12. So I'll be making use of 12. Then I'm going to cut it out. So I'm done cutting it. Okay, so I will go ahead and cut the band. So the measurement of the band, I'll be using 4 inches with 4 inches by the same 24 inches. Okay, so here is the band. So the next we are going to be cutting the twisted parts. We are going to be cutting out for the twisted parts. But before I do that, like I said, I want to line this turban because the material is too light. So I'm going to cut out the same thing that I cut for the base. I'm going to cut out the same thing. In other words, I'll be using the same material to line it because it's too light. If you are working with a thick material, ignore this part. Alright, so I'm done cutting it. So I'll set this aside, then we'll go ahead and cut the twisted part. So this is what I have left from the 1 yard, and we'll be using it to cut the twisted part of the turban cap. So I folded my material into two, then I'm going to be cutting out 7 inch. So when you fold it like this, yeah, 7 inches, 7 inch is okay. 7 inch. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead and cut the remaining things or pieces that we need. So this is the handle. Okay, and the handle, I have two pieces for the handle, and the measurement I have for the handle is 11 inches by 7.5 for the handle, and I have two pieces of it. Okay, so for the twisted part, I also cut it. So this is for the shorter part. Remember, the turban has two twists, one of it is short and the other one is long. So this is for the shorter part, and what I have here is 23 inches by 7 inches. I also have it in two pieces of that. Okay, so for this, the longer part, I also have two pieces of it, and the measurement is 28 inches by 7 inches. Okay, 28 inches by 7 inches. So guys, I will go over to my sewing machine, then I will just fold like this, and I will give it a straight sewing. I will do that to the long one, the short one, and I will also do that to this handle. I will also fold it like this, and I'm going to sew it, this part, in a form of triangle like this. As I'm going to sew the handle, then I'll also sew the so I'm also going to sew this base. Okay, so I'm going to fix it like this. This part is not straight. Okay, so I'm going to fix this like this. When I fix it, I will get the lining. Okay, I will get the lining. Remember, right side to right side. I'll get the lining, and I'm also going to lay it on top of this like this. Then I will sew like this. When I finish, then I will sew like this and stop here. Okay, so I'll go and do that over to the machine, then I'll come back and show us the outcome. So guys, I'm done sewing it like I said. This is the handle. So I'm gone ahead and sew it and give it a kind of curvy shape. Okay, you can see how it's looking. This is how the handle is. So this is the handle. I've gone ahead and stitch. So I'm going to turn them inside out. And for the turban base, like I said, I lined it, so I've sewn it, and I left an opening here where I can turn it. So I will turn it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like, as you can see. As you can see, it doesn't have front, and it doesn't have back because we lined it. So next thing we'll do is just to close it this way, then take it back to the sewing machine and sew. Okay, so I'll be using 11 inches to sew it. So I'll just sew it like this, just like this. Okay, that's how we are going to be sewing it. So I'll go and sew that and come back and show us the final look before we move into the other ones. Alright guys, so I'm done sewing it. As you can see how I sewed it. So next I'm going to be gathering it with my needle and thread. Okay, so I'm done running the loose stitches and I stopped at this band area. Okay, this is what your turban will look like at this point. So I'm going to secure this, then I'll secure it. So that's all for the turban base, and this is the right side and this is the back. Okay, so we set this aside and move to the other side. So I'm going to turn this off the camera, then I'll come back and we'll continue. So guys, I'm done turning them and they are both two. Okay, so this is the wording we'll be using, and this will be for the stripes, for the handle to tie it. So I'll set this aside for now, then we'll proceed in cutting the wording that will be inserting inside. Okay, so we're going to be cutting 4 pieces, 2 for the long one and 2 for, so I'll be cutting 3 inches each, 3 inches. So I'll cut this out and we'll continue. So I'm done cutting it, as you can see. So we'll have them two on each. Okay, I'll still reduce this one for this shorter part. So this is for the long one and this is for shorter one. So next we'll be inserting this inside the material. So I'll repeat the same thing with these three. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna ahead and twisted the shorter one. So I'll be twisting this one. Okay, so you just find someone to hold it for you, or you put it on your machine, the place they normally put thread. You just hook it there and twist it. Okay, so I first tie one part of it, then I'll be twisting it. Right. So once I'm done twisting it, I also tie it the way I tied the other part. So this is it. Okay. So you join the both together and sew it. So I will attach the both together and sew them both together. So I don't want this place to be bulky when they are tying it. That's why I'm reducing it. Okay. So next you get one of the handle, fold the edges inward, and then fix this way. Then you make your invisible stitches. Okay. So I'm going to secure this at this point. So this is what we have. Okay. So I left this allowance because I'll be using it to cover this thread. Okay. Until I put it on my dummy, then we'll know what next to do. Okay. So next I'll be done. This is it. Wow, it's beautiful. So this is what you have. Next, I'm going to be attaching the second handle so that I'll be able to tie it to the cap. I'm going to reduce this as well. So this is it. So I'll skip this part. So I'm done stitching it, and this is what we'll have. So I'm going to tie this at the back so that we'll be able to finish up. So this is it. So next, I'm going to be covering here, but I think I'm going to lose it to get to this point. Okay, I'm going to cut it off from here. It's better you have excess than having shortage. Okay. Yeah, this point is okay. So I'll use my thread and tack it down so that it will not lose. So after doing that, I'm going to be trimming off one of the stripes, okay? And I'll be using the second one to cover this up. Then I'll also remove the wording inside. When I'm done doing that, I can easily use this to wrap it up. You can see. Okay, so I'll use my needle and thread and tack it down. Remember, I wrapped this. Let me do that again. I used the excess to wrap this up. Then use the needle and thread and tack it. So this is it. I'm going to be fixing it this way. Okay, so just tack. So this is what it look like. Then I'm gonna make the flower and attach it here. Okay, so guys, done attaching it. So for the design, the flower or the rose at the front of the design here, so we are going to be making it with the remaining pieces. This is what is left from the 1 yard, and at this folded I have 2 4 folds here. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting out with a plate. Okay, I'm going to be using this plate to serve as a round object. Then cut it out. Then because I need 5 pieces of that, so I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut it, and then we'll proceed in making the rose. which is the
Underneath the velvet skies, no words, just sighs. The stars are dancing low, telling secrets they know. The moon's face, a witness to the heart's bold admission. 1,000 whispers rise, demanding recognition. Soft shadows tangle while the tides lull and flow. A quiet thunder hums where wildflowers grow. Your silhouette's a melody, unbroken, unsung, lingering in the night like.
so guys, I'm done sewing. Okay, next is I'll be using this as a stopper. Just gum it here, then apply gum at the back of this and gum it here. All right, so I'll put the gum and we'll gum it. So guys, as you can see, I've applied gum on it and I'm going to be fixing it like this. Okay, and our cap is ready, guys. You can see it. So guys, you can see that the cap is ready. So thank you so much for joining us on today's tutorial. This is what the back looks like. You can see what the back looks like. Okay, this is what the back looks like. Please guys, support me by sharing this video, like, comment and share so that other people can see it. Thank you so much for joining me today.